at the Coast. They won the Division 2 category of Driftwood Sevens, earning the right to play in the Division 1 category this weekend in Nakuru, looking to take on last weekend's finalists, the Strathmore. Ball in hand, Arnold. Mwita looking to kick us off. Strathmore with that bright red, or is it orange? Not sure what colors those ones are.
In between there, Walter, in between. You're not off the mark.
Leos kicking off and receiving in blue are the Zetech Hawks, just looking to play their second game. Well taken the air there by Gabriel Laimba. Really comfortable high ball retriever. Elton Amalemba takes on Brian and they go offloading into Arnold. Arnold, Shem Okola on the outside. Shem, platform look to be set, but Shem is driven into touch. Shem driven directly into touch. Quite a shame there for Shem to be driven into touch.
Yeah, Zetech Hawks making use of the touchline as an extra defender there and just stopping Strathmore short.
Mwita to Elton. Elton, his headgear. Elton, quite a tough customer this one to defend. Arnold does well, falls onto the floor, dives and turns the right direction, presents the ball. Shemokola. Shemokola with a big one there, a big fend of Shem. Shem has added a bit of weight. Try time. Strathmore, Gabriel Aimba.
For a moment, I thought Shem Okola butchered that opportunity. He just stepped in and, you know, just gave a big collision to the defender, but had still the ability to retain that as you look at that and floated it out to Aimba.
Big boy Shem.
Yeah.
Now what Shem does is he'll always take 1, 2, 3 defenders. In that picture you could see that all the attention was drawn to him. He's a big boy. So that then opens up opportunities on the outside, and that is what exactly has led to Gabriel Aimba's try.
Yeah, well thought out, well worked out try, using their strength in collision, creating space for Aimba out there.
Oaks need to respond quickly, having gone down, floated there. We have Temi. That's a turnover, successful. Gabriel Aimba held up. That should be. The ball was unplayable.
5 seconds.
And that is a scrum awarded to Strathmore. Strathmore will be enjoying such opportunities, set piece, where they can be able to execute.
Yeah, Zetech coming under pressure there, and the man just exposed himself, got the ball, decided to cut back in early and just, you know, put a low body position and walked right straight into Aimba, who had the iron grip on him, turned over the ball, and because it was arising from that, the referee awards them for the maul that was unproductive.
Crouch.
And the referee laying the load down there for the forwards.
That's better.
Gabi trying to bind on the shoulder so that he prevents that contact. Well,
Yeah,
that is
hurts.
Mola trying to take on Kamagera on the outside, beats him so easily for pace. He loses the ball forward. Well, that was a test for speed.
Touch now. Line out.
That was fantastic work from the Oaks center.
Yes.
He actually went and identified. He knew his man,
Had
the
been
winger, had
taken
been
out,
beaten
yeah,
out
yeah.
and been taken out.
Line out.
So really good scramble defense there from Oaks center.
Dego feeds, long feed, goes over the 15.
Back,
Ball is lost backwards. Zetech with it. Something for Zetech. Wafula opts to go for a kick and chase. Brian Ondego on the outside. Elton Malemba there to secure possession for his side. Mola, Muita to Barnabas. Barnabas looks up. Brian Mwendwa is there. Brian turns back, goes against the grain. Chicken wing there, pass, creating the space on the outside. Gabriel Ayimba would definitely be happy with ball in hand with a lot of space ahead of him. Ball is ripped, but it is ripped backwards. Knock on there.
Offside.
The referee plays an offside advantage. Strathmore tap. Brian Mwendwa steps. Brian comes back, shows, and he goes. Call him Tricky Brian. That is the magician with his platform.
Yeah, I mean, Strathmore just turning the heat up on Zetech Ox here, not giving them any breathing space, going from one phase to another with such tempo, such high tempo, that Ox are not able to set themselves up for the defense. And in that particular phase of play, they couldn't touch him without risking a yellow card from the quick tap of the penalty. Strathmore just showing what they are, meaning business, and just putting their hands up as hot favorites for this particular second leg of the 7th circuit. Starting us off again, of course, Arnold Muita raises it high. The knock-on in the air there by Strathmore. Benefit to this Zetech Ox now with numbers on the left, the right here, and chips and chases. Good opportunity here, 50-50, and could go either way. Ref calls for an advantage knock-on by the Zetech Ox, and immediately Strathmore transition from defense to attack. Strong ball carry there by Shem Okola, sets it up for them to attack on the left where they have numbers to burn. Nice pass to the outside man. Aimba tends to cut back in, but with good effect, and he has enough sufficient pace to beat the inside defender. Goes all the way to score. Strathmore's third try, tightening the screws of this game, tightening the nuts on the Zetech Ox coffers here. Really, really nice face of play by Strathmore Leos. Another 2 points to add, as you see there. Aimba just stepping back in and then straightening his run. Very aware of where he was, managing to ease off as he went to score. Now just pulling in the huge pockets of air there. His lungs are bursting from that run. The hooter has gone. So the next kickoff, next breakdown, will be on halftime. Muita just raises it deep into Ox territory, and they will do well to just get the ball out. Victor Doe, the assistant referee, just calls it for touch, and that is the halftime score in favor of Strathmore, 19-0.
Strathmore Leos 19, Zetech Ox 0.
Of this encounter, pitting Strathmore Leos against Zetech Ox. This is a Pool B encounter. Strathmore Leos leading 19-0 after the break here, and they were quite clinical in the first half, and they're picking off from where they finished. Good break there, ball recycled very quickly towards the left of the pitch and steps back in and goes all the way. Flyer Victor Mola early on in the second half goes for an extra 5 points, adding to the one that he scored in the first half. Really, really nice, and it is a part of the game that looks a bit untidy, because Zetech Ox have to go there and compel him to score the try, but common sense prevails. After taking a breather, Victor Mola puts it down. Successful conversion there, and they stretch their lead. Both Victor Mola and Arnold Muita exiting after doing their piece of work. Must have been a call from the technical bench. Score the next try and we ring in the changes. Strathmore Leos. In comes a couple of substitutions to just close out this game.
Advantage for the
Good
local.
pressure kick from the restart, and ref calls for a release after the knee had hit deck there from the Strathmore players.
Advantage is over.
Coming on a hard line, very short hard line, straightens and goes. Will he get there? Yes, he does. Good strong carry. Shemo Kola comes in short, takes out the defenders and scores another 5-pointer. As you see there, he just came in on a very hard short angle and puts it down safely and stretches their lead. Now Zetech on the receiving end here, really getting a hiding from Strathmore Leos. Muita attempting the conversion, just misses it, it hits the post. So scores remain 31. And Strathmore, you can be sure they are not yet done. They are not yet done.
Who is out?
Zetech also with changes. In comes Lincoln Jagi and Joseph Noon.
Time is back on.
And off goes two of their players who began the match. You wouldn't say a well-deserved rest. It's been a tough one for them. Tried their best, but Strathmore just showing their class here. That ball was lost in the knocked on in the tackle. Referee perhaps missing it, but Strathmore Leos. Change of direction, goes back to the shorter side, and he has 2-on-1 here. Proper delivery, and this one will be shepherded all the way, but got caught there. Good cover defense from Zetech Hawks. Another short carry there, just keeping the defenders closer to the contact area, trying to create space out wide. Then they elect to go out wide, but an intercept there.
Come back here. High tackle.
Referee calls them back for a high tackle. The high tackle that was in the earlier phase of the play. And Strathmore have an opportunity here to just reset and go for other points. In the meantime, ref calls times out for a medical break. Zetech Hawks player coming worse off from that contact. Strathmore, of course, losing finalists in Mombasa in the Driftwood 7. They played enterprising rugby, ran out of time in the finals against KCB. But they're here to start all over again. Had two of their players picked up from for the Dream Sevens, Nigel Amaitz and Gabriela Imba. Very strong team, strong contenders, and hot favorites to continue with their form here in the Prinsloo Sevens.
Really remember, they are defending champions of this tournament.
Indeed.
And so this is familiar territory for the Strathmore Leos. They look very, I mean, when you look at the teams that are playing out here, you'd want to know how or where they are in terms of the rankings and how they're doing. And from Strathmore's execution, you can see that they have something going. And I wouldn't be surprised that if they keep up with the way they're playing, they might make a second cup final.
Yeah, and going by these first two games, I mean, they are clearly off the paces and way ahead of the opponents they have met so far, and that gives them confidence even as they look forward to the third game of this day in their pool, where they will be taking on Menengai Oilers. That's a good match to watch out for.
Yeah, that's a good one. Remember, the Strathmore Leos and the Menengai Oilers. Leos have made it a habit of beating Guy Oilers.
Yes,
And,
they normally declare we cannot lose to Oilers.
Let us lose to everyone
Anyone
else,
else.
but not Oilers. And
Yeah, so that will be a nice one to watch.
it's time for Oilers to stand up for themselves.
Yeah, some records are there to be broken, or some, some boogie teams are there to be conquered.
Tackle there is complete. Stanislav Shikoli, Arnold Muita. There goes Collins Maina, but he's bundled into touch. Referee was playing an advantage. That's a penalty blown for Strathmore Leos. Alton Malemba taps and goes. Looks to keep the game going. Nijo Lamaita breaks. Nijo has clear sight of the touch. And that is an easy 5-pointer. As we await the grounding of the ball. Try time, Strathmore Leos, Nijo Lamaita feeling his hamstring in the process, and I could see that he did have something to do with that hamstring
Earlier on.
right now. As he breaks touch there, you can see he's trying to grab at it. Maybe a need of rest. I mean, it looks like it has an issue, so they can be able to, with the scoreline really 38-0, they have the comfort of getting him off, and rightfully so. The coaching unit opted
It's still there. It's actually still
him,
there. But yeah, good question. If you're 38 up and is having a tight hamstring, why not give him a rest? We saw George injuring himself in Mombasa for KCB, another of the Shujaa players, and is out for this particular tournament. So again, the strength and conditioning coaches and the physios have their work cut out to ensure that these players remain in top form.
Yeah. Well, speaking of George Oro, where do KCB use him for the 15-a-side game?
Yeah, well, we are all waiting to see where he will best be suited for. The back row is a very, very competitive sport in the KCB, as in any other top team. So yeah, a lot of hard work, a lot of competition in that squad for sure. But in the sevens, he has his work cut out. One of the players who are strong for them. Strathmore, of course, laying the marker here against Zetech Oaks. Zetech Oaks so far still at 0. The hooter has gone. I think we are probably in the last 1 minute or so, and they have not yet made any impression with ball in hand. They have one more chance just to redeem and save face here if they can score something.
Yeah, keep the scoreboard respectable. Brian Ondego apprehended there. Alton Malemba shifts the ball looking for Nijo, and that is full time as the players make their way. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a very comprehensive victory for the Strathmore Leos, playing their second game and dispatching that Zetech Oaks competition 38.